Hey, thanks for tuning in again. Back out here in the White Mountains, looking to do a 3-night, 4-day backpacking trip. I got a map here that I'll show you the plan. All right, so I'm parked here at the Lincoln Woods trailhead down here. I'm going to take the Bondcliff Trail up towards the Bonds. Probably camp around here tonight. Try and hit the Bonds, come over to Galhead, over to Garfield, down Franconia Ridge Trail here, and then back down the Osseo Trail. So we'll see if I end up doing the whole thing. There is a bail out point down in the middle here, and there's a couple different roads or a couple different trails that lead off to roads if I need to bail. So first things first, I got to get to my first campsite. I parked at around 1:15, got on trail around 1:30, 1:40-ish after talking to the ranger. Trying to hike at least 5 miles today. Might go up as much as 7. We'll see how I'm feeling. There's some campsites along the way as we're going up towards the Bond Cliffs, so I'm gonna try to get up as high as I can before it gets too dark and set up camp. So flash the temperature up on the screen here now. So this is the forecast for Mount Lafayette over the next couple days. Today it's going to be pretty freaking cold, but I'll be below tree line, and I believe the temperature is going to get down as low as maybe 0 degrees tonight, depending on where I stay. Tomorrow and Saturday, wind's not going to be quite as high as it is on Friday and Monday, which is good because that's when I'm anticipated to be above tree line if I end up doing the full loop. And there's also some snow that's going to come in tomorrow and Sunday, but we'll take it one step at a time. Prepared to bail out at any point if I need to. So we got a bunny going along the path with us. Maybe we'll run into him later. All right, so in a couple days I'll be coming from this way, but I'm doing the counterclockwise loop, so hitting the Bonds first and then ending with the Franconia Ridge. So I'm gonna take this trail and pass nearby Franconia tent site, and I don't know, go another couple miles after that. All right, so not too long back, I switched over to snowshoes. I just started sinking in a little bit. Wasn't too bad, but all right, hitting up Bondcliff Trail. Got about 2 more miles to go until the first spot where I might set up camp, and then we'll see how I'm feeling, how much further I want to go. I don't know if we'll see if I want to hike in the dark or if I want to set up early before the sun goes down. All right, I'm a little over 5 miles in now and found a little treat on the trail. So you hike this trail on Friday, Valentine's Day. I have your snack here, and I will be indulging in it tonight. So all right, time for a quick update. I just passed a group of, I think, 5 or 6 people. They were all backpacking together. I don't know how long they've been out here exactly, but they said that they were trying to do the Bondcliff Traverse today, trying to get to Gee Out Shelter, and it was really snowed in, and they were breaking a lot of trail. They're a little too tired, so they turned around. So with that, I'm not going to do any night hiking tonight. It's starting to get pretty windy, and I usually get pretty anxious on the first night. So I want to be set up before it gets dark. I'm about a third of a mile away from a known campsite that I've stayed at before. It's a pretty nice one. So it's about 4:20 now. I should be there 4:30-ish, 4:45 at the latest. And sunset's at 4:15 around then. So I'll have a half-hour daylight, another 45 minutes of civil twilight after that to get nice and set up and settled in. So, all right, time to stomp out the tent pad. I already started doing that a little bit. All right, so tent pad's pretty much stomped out. I'm gonna let it set for about 15-20 minutes, maybe up to a half hour, to let it really harden up. Because right now it'll be a little soft if I take my snowshoes off. So in the meantime, I'm gonna watch the sunset a little bit while I'm stomping out some pathways. I also have to make a pathway to get the bear hang going, and also, I don't know if this is a stupid idea yet or not, but I didn't bring tent stakes. I'm gonna try this method where you use tree branches as your tent stakes, you know, nature's tent stakes. I'm feeling pretty confident about being able to do that, but I'm gonna have to collect some good sticks. So I'm gonna take this pack off, put a jacket on, and get to work. Just boiling some water for a hot water bottle, throw in my sleeping bag. Kind of acts as a radiator to keep you warm. So while that's going on, I'm just going to show you real quick what I've done today and what I'm planning to do tomorrow. So I started here, this is where I parked. Came up the west side of this river here, a Bondcliff Trail, right around there. I turned up towards the Bondcliffs, and I'm about right here right now. So I'm gonna get up nice and early tomorrow and make sure I have time to see how far I can get. But I'm gonna come up to the Bondcliffs, over past Gee Out Shelter, and down towards Galhead Hut. We'll see how far I can get. If it's a slow go, I might turn around, or I might cut it short and cut back down through the middle here. But if I can get over here, or ideally closer towards Garfield Ridge, I'll be in good shape to do the whole loop. But I still might turn back, but I'm just gonna play it by ear and play it safe. Hey, good morning. As you can see, I'm still alive. It's about 5:30 in the morning right now. I got up about 45 minutes ago. Just sort of laid in bed and relaxed a little bit, but I'm starting to get the morning going early because I want to hit the trail early and just see how far I can get today. Cooking breakfast right now, and I'll start packing up, and hopefully I'll be on trail in the next hour or so. So check back in a little bit. All right, so I got camp almost packed up. I just got to put the tent away. Just show you real quick how I did the stakes. It worked really well, actually. So I'm gonna try to do this without cutting my rope, but essentially, oh, it's really in there. Just bury a stick perpendicular to the rope that's coming out, so you can kind of see the stick coming across this way, just giving it support. And really frozen in there. Worked really well. I'm gonna put this phone down so I can get this out, but maybe I'll try to show you tonight how I put the stake in the first place. All right, camp's all packed up. It's about 8 degrees now. It got down to about 5 this morning. So it's starting to warm up a little bit. I'm definitely starting to get really cold here. I had to take all my warm layers off in anticipation for moving, but I was sitting around a little too long packing, so got to hit the trail and start warming up. probably a dumb idea to film, but it's a little water crossing here. There's some snow bridges and people have walked on it, so there's hopefully no surprises here. Step over that. All right, that wasn't so bad. All right, starting to warm up now. About an hour before I left camp, saw a group of about 3 people come through, and I'm hoping they'll continue on past where the group that I saw yesterday was and continue to break in the trail for me. I also saw another guy just passed me about 5 minutes ago. He plans on going all the way to Zealand, so he'll definitely break in the trail at least towards there before I turn off to go down the slide. So I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to get to Galehead Hut, but we'll see. It's not going to turn out too well on camera, but it's starting to get pretty steep here. I just talked to some people about 15 minutes ago. They gave me an updated weather report. Not much has changed. It's looking like it's going to snow starting at 7 o'clock tonight. Snow pretty heavy all through the night. So we're going to have to feel that out, and I might just have to call it and go down the middle and play it safe. I don't really want to be up on Franconia Ridge, breaking trail and whiteout conditions. Said it's going to get a little bit windy too, but we'll see how the weather goes. You can really see getting up in elevation here. It's a lot calmer today than it was yesterday. So really got to get some miles in today if I want to even have a chance of getting the full loop done. All right, I think I got my first glimpse of the start of the Bondcliffs. First I got to take this trail that way, and it actually loops pretty far back to the left and then cuts back up, I think towards that kind of rocky outcropping you can see at the top with the snow. So still got a couple miles till I'm up there, but we're getting there. All right, so I just have to follow this kind of going on the side of the mountain before I cut back up towards Bonds. And it's kind of slow going because it's not really well packed in. I just took my trekking pole down, and it's about waist deep, so gotta be careful. Well, I'm getting close. The trees are really starting to thin out. Well, getting up towards the alpine zone. Usually this sign's like chest level at least, I think. So it's still pretty deep up here. All right, that's a Bondcliff up ahead, and the Bonds thereafter. Can't really see the rest of it yet. We'll have a better view when we get up there. But right now I have a good view of what Sunday might look like if I were to do it. So I want to try to get there to Garfield today. We'll see. And then if I can get over there, the next day I'd come up over here and take this up to Lafayette, come down that ridge there. That's Mount Liberty, Mount Flume, and then it sort of comes back down that way. So that's if I do the full loop. If I don't, I'll simply right over here cut down this valley and head back towards the parking lot. But one step at a time. We'll see how we do today, and yeah, go from there. Oh yeah, so there's absolutely no wind today. I did bring a mic. It did get windy, so I can talk, but I don't need that right now. Which is crazy because last 2 times I've been up here, there hasn't been much visibility. There's perfect visibility today, and first time I ever came up here, right in this section here, hiking through with my brothers and my friend, and the wind picked up pretty high in this little section. Probably 80-mile-an-hour winds through that section. So it was pretty crazy. All right, over there you can see Mount Washington, the presidential range. It's all above tree line, so there's a ton of, it looks like a ton of snow over there. But so right now I'm on Bondcliff. I believe right there is Mount Bond, and then following this little trough here would be West Bond. Now I've never actually done West Bond before. I don't think I'm going to do it today, but it is part of the loop that a lot of people like to do. But today I'm gonna go up Bond, come out the back. I think that's Mount Guy out, then continue on from there. So there's not really much snow right now. I'm sure there might be patches of deep snow here and there, but right now I'm just bare booting it. You see patches of ice though. I might put on micro spikes pretty soon, just to play safe. Just took a quick break coming up Bond here. Saw some people over on West Bond. Little tiny specks at the top there. All right, a decision's been made. I think I bit off a little more than I could chew on this trip. I ended up dropping my ice axe at some point way back, and I think I'd really want that for some of the stuff I have up ahead. Thought about pushing further and just leaving the ice axe behind and going back down through the valley route, but to get down out of this rim area over here, there's a big kind of waterfall area. It's a pretty steep gradient, and I don't know how difficult that's going to be and how broken in it might be. So I've already been breaking trail here a little bit. I post-holed pretty bad and got stuck, and you know, I've learned a lot on this trip for sure. I don't really want to mess with it in these kind of conditions. You know, I'd rather have fun and play it safe, and you know, make it home alive in one piece. So one other thing I want to mention about that decision, starting tonight it's going to snow a lot, and it's going to snow all through the night and all day tomorrow. Moderate to heavy snow, anywhere from 14 to 18 inches. I think up on the ridge it might not be as bad as deep as snow, but I don't know. It's really just not worth risking it for me. There's people that are more experienced than me that aren't even going to do that. So I'm just learning a lot of things on this trip, and I don't want to push my limits. I know what my limits are, and you know, it's a bummer. I was hoping I could do the whole thing, but this is definitely the safe decision. Yeah, part of what freaked me out too is I lost the trail. I was just following other people's tracks, and I was post-holing so bad. At one point fell hip deep in snow. I had to take my pack off and get my snowshoes on, and it was kind of a scary moment. So if I'm having to do all that going up Lafayette, I don't know that I have the nerves for it right now, or the experience. So all right, I've made another decision. You know, earlier I was talking about how much it's gonna snow, and I managed to get a weather report, and the snow's it's going later and later into Sunday, pushing into Monday, and snow totals aren't going down. If anything, they're going up. So when I talked to the park ranger at the parking lot, he told me, you know, you might get snowed in if you're trying to leave on Monday. So, and that was when it was supposed to snow all day Saturday and only into Sunday. So now that it's going to be snowing later and closer to the time I'm leaving, there's no way there's going to be a plow in there by the time I'm back at the car on Monday. So, you know, it's a bummer, but I have nothing to be anxious about anymore. You know, I learned a lot, and it's just all downhill back to the car and just chill and not have to worry about anything. So I'll definitely try something, you know, as ambitious as this again. I definitely need to upgrade my pack. As you could see, I'm using my old Kelty Asher 55. used to have I have the REI Flash 62 that you saw on my last trip, but I ended up the night before while I was packing it, the seams busted on it. You know, it was a used pack, and from what I understand, it's probably over 10 years old. So probably not meant for winter gear. So I'll upgrade the pack so I don't have stuff hanging on the outside like I do now, because that shit just catches on tree branches and stuff. And but physically, I think I'm pretty much there. I definitely want to do a little bit more. You know, wouldn't hurt to do more exercise before something like this. And you know, otherwise, you know, I have warm enough gear. It's just the pack that I have wasn't carrying it great, and I ended up losing a piece, a safety piece that I was really hoping to try out on this trip. So it's all right. I still got everything else. Maybe someone turned the pickaxe in back at the parking lot, but you know, whatever. If anything, you know, hopefully someone will use it more than I was gonna anyway. So with that, I'm just gonna trudge on and see if I can get out here before it gets too dark. All right, so there's this looks like a slide here. I mean, should I try it? All right, this is either gonna be stupid or awesome. Let's go. Okay. It's actually a little bit safer than going down on my... Ooh, this is fun. Go. Oh, keep going. Ooh, that was nice. Oh man, that was fun. I didn't film the second one I did, but I did another slide down on my butt, sledding down the hill, and picked up some speed, and I ended up going off trail a little bit, so that was fun. But yeah, things like that make you feel like a kid again, you know? All right, it's Sunday morning now. I didn't hike all the way to the car last night. I would have had to night hike, and by the time I got to the car, it was going to start snowing, and probably not a good idea to drive 5 hours, 6 hours while I'm dead tired in a snowstorm. So, you know, it's going to snow today anyway, so I thought I might as well get a good night's sleep and do the drive while it's light out. So I had a nice night last night. I had a pleasant time listening to the snow come down and just relaxing and not having much pressure. So I'm gonna start grabbing my bear hang stuff now, or I'm gonna grab my food now, and I'm gonna start cooking breakfast and getting out of here. So it's still dark, but the sun's probably gonna come up in about half hour or so. So we'll get some light soon. All right, camp's all packed up. I'm gonna head out to the car now and call it a trip. You know, there's no point in staying out here another day if I'm just gonna be hanging out in the snow, and gotta make sure I can get the car out of here. So I'm gonna hit the trail, and it's about 3.5 miles, so I should be there in about an hour and a half. All right, well, I'm back to that turn. So had I done the full loop, that's where I would have popped out. But I'm not too far from the car now, so hopefully we're not stuck. All right, I'm almost back to the parking lot. About to cross that bridge again. Seen a lot of people come through here now, so the trail's a lot more packed in. I was the only one for a while, but that gives me hope that my car is not going to be stuck. So